Did you know that self-love is super important for achieving your health goals? So if you are a busy office worker, you work in IT, as that's a really big growing industry, you need the self-love. So a lot of us are very critical of what we say about ourselves. You know, we don't like the shapes, or we could improve this, remove that part of the body, you know, remove fat from there, from different places. And to an extent, it is under your control to do this. But there's a lot more to it than just removing that part. So, as they say, a lot of trainers will say you can't spot reduce, which is true to an extent. However, depending on your hormonal health and hormonal status, so if you're cortisol driven, like I said in the previous video, you will tend to store fat around the waist, and the rest of your body could stay relatively the same in proportion to that. And also you could lose muscle at the back of the legs, so that's been really cortisol driven. And you want to preserve the muscle and even the fat in the legs more, because that's more protective for your overall health as well. So you can to an extent do that. So what you need is self-love. So accepting yourself in that moment, and then applying steps to change over time. So breaking the goal down to little steps. So if someone doesn't work out or exercise, or doesn't cook their own meals and stuff, what they could do is, I'm going to put together some full body exercises. I'm going to look up what these exercises are. So what you can do actually is get a Google Sheets spreadsheet, put the days in, you know, like a table, the exercises that you're going to do on those days, and then also copy and paste a video demonstration of a deadlift exercise and put that in the box next to it. Obviously put your reps, your sets, and the weight time as well, and you can put that next to it. And then there you go, for each exercise and each day you've got like a little workout program. If you want to make it a bit, if you want to track your workout, then what you can do is add add different days, so you know the different dates, and then put the weight that you did or the load that you did on those days, and then therefore you can track it as you go along. I've gone up on lat pull down or bench press, so I've gone up 2.5 this week, and then you can track it. So it all starts with self-love. Just think of it, you know, like a lot of people do not like their jobs, or they don't like the way they look. They don't like this or that about themselves, and just try and bury it underneath. But what it's good is to just try and accept it for the moment, and then put in little steps to change. And you even just doing these basic things will make you feel better. It might take a bit of trial and error, but just changing the way you think about it, and then the way you apply it to the workout plan and your lifestyle, can really help you feel better about yourself, because it feels productive and that you're doing something that's really meaningful to you, and you're not just you will go through setbacks and feel down, and you might feel like you're going in the wrong direction, and you might feel it's all a mistake, and you might have setbacks, you're not getting to the goal in time, and then you'll come out of that and then go back to the goals. So we all fall out of a lot enlightenment, and then we go back as well. So you're never happy or joyful, you're never in one emotional state for ages. People have different temperaments, so that applies to it as well. But the main thing is that we're going into happy phases most of the time for most people, and then we dip down, because we acknowledge that people that do go into those dip down phases acknowledge the challenges and the realistic expectations of life and different aspects of life. And so the people that do acknowledge that will tend to feel down, which is ironic, isn't it? When you block it out, everything's fine. Some people can do that and lie to themselves and push through, but people who acknowledge it go down, dip down, and then you might find cognitive distortions in that thought. You might have thought, so, I'm never going to achieve this. It never worked before, so I'll never be able to do it. It never works. It never works. It's all a scam. I will never be able to build this muscle in this area or whatever, or lose body fat in that area. They might be your thoughts, and then you might dip down. And there might be distortions in those thoughts because you don't really know. So that is a good technique from, what's his name, Dr. David Burns. It's really, really insightful. I recommend that you follow the Feeling Good podcast because that's good. But anyway, so always just have a structured goal. Reassess where you've gone to. Have times in the day where you can work towards it. Set started times for certain tasks. And again, so that is why you need self-love before. Would you, if you apply it to another technique, if you apply it to someone else, the double standard technique. So if you apply it to someone else, your children, your family members, would you say what you're saying to your family members, that you are saying to yourself? You wouldn't, would you? But there's a double standard there. And it's like a weird bias that we have as humans. So always keep going towards the goal and you'll get there. Remember, just get an Excel spreadsheet, put the exercises in, full body exercises, compound exercises, 3 days a week, 5 compound exercises in each one. That's what you begin with. And then you put the rep sets load and also the weight each week. And you put a date, and then that's a very simple way you can track your workout. You don't need to pay £200 a month for a trainer for trainers to do your meal plan. If you want to do it, it's really good to do it yourself. And then you haven't paid hundreds of pounds for a workout plan that you could do yourself. That's very relatively simple and that you can progressively overload by doing your own research and stuff. The main thing about this is that when you do it yourself, because you have to trial and error, you'll feel much more fulfilled that you're doing it properly. It'd be tough work, but you'll feel fulfilled. And then knowing that you've done it yourself and that it's not, you're not paying lots of money for a trainer to do it online virtually, and where they're everything's all automated and they don't. So you're buying their brand, but you're not having any contact with them. And a lot of people like that, but you might as well do it yourself. And this is a way, if you can't afford to do it, this is a good way to teach yourself and to make it into a routine, because that's really important, to change your neuroplasticity of the brain so that you do it yourself. And then you learn it, and then when you come, say if you fall off the wagon later down the line, you will remember muscle memory. Oh, that's what I need to do. There's a plan, instead of paying another £200, because there's people out there that are doing high ticket courses and they're paying thousands of pounds, £2,000 for a plan that you can make yourself. So just do that plan and that will benefit you. Any questions below? Comment below, share, subscribe. Do you disagree with me? What do you think? What's your opinion? I'd love to know. Let me know and I will reply back to you. Thanks for watching and bye.